it means so much to us to have you here. You know, sometime in the early 90s, this idea was conceived. We've got a lot of memorials in town, but we don't have one for a group that made a forever difference, the greatest generation. The group that stood down fascism in Europe, Nazism in Europe, fascism in Asia, and then came back and quietly resumed lives of incredible productivity, building the United States to what it is today. We need a memorial. We need a memorial recognizing those who served in World War II. And frankly, this was an idea that came along a little late. So many of your comrades will never see this memorial. But we want to make sure that you see it. And that's why we're so glad you made this trip. So many paths of honor leading to this room today. And that's why we're so happy you're here. And I think that this memorial will speak to you. It speaks to me. My family was represented in the greatest generation. My father went to Asia, the Pacific Theater, and he followed the path of my uncle. But my uncle had a very different outcome. He was a draftee serving in the medical corps in the Philippines, endured the bombardment of Corregidor, the Death March, and he died in camp. So as you walk down past the memorial, on one side you see North Dakota. You'll see the North Dakota column. And I think about my dad, and I think about his participation in the greatest generation and the ideals that he's left me that I try to live in this town. And on the way back, I walk past on the other way, and I see the Minnesota column. And I think about my Uncle Glenn and the life he had cut so tragically short, and the things he might want for our country that I hope we're still fighting for today. So I don't know how this memorial will speak to you, but I know it will speak to you. And it will speak to generations to follow you, because the greatest generation is the greatest generation, and we will always remember what you have done. Thank you so much for being here.